Welcome to Living the Empowered Life podcast, where we discuss all things empowering, encouraging and inspiring. My name is Yvonne Ellis. I'm an empowerment speaker, author, coach, trainer and founder of Yumi Empowerment, a company that facilitates the empowerment of people. I help people to make positive life change, live in their purpose and develop into their best version of self. I share stories, interviews, spiritual encouragement and actionable tips to empower, encourage and inspire you to live the life you want. So if you want to live the empowered life, join me each week on my podcast so we can take the journey together. Hello Empowered Lifers, hope you're all doing well today. Welcome to episode 77 of Living the Empowered Life podcast. My name is Yvonne and I'm your host. If it's your first time listening in, I welcome you. I hope that you find this episode to be something of value to you. And to my continued listeners and supporters, thank you guys always for the support that you have shown me over the course of this podcast. Please do continue to share these episodes with your friends, family, neighbours, acquaintances, whoever you feel needs a dose of living the empowered life. And if you have not subscribed to this podcast, please do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify or Google Podcasts. So wow, Empowered Lifers, the last week has been absolutely a madness for me. Just been really busy. And because of that, I just decided to take a break from social media. I really did need it. As you may notice, if you haven't already, on social media, on my Instagram and on my other social media, haven't really been active last week. If you're not following me on Instagram, it is YEME_empowerment. And the same for all my other social media handles. But yeah, I just decided I wanted to take a little bit of a break from social media, especially as I'm in the last very heavy part of doing my dissertation for my master's degree. It has been a real mental struggle for me to do this last part. I have had fear, procrastination, you name it. And I'm going to do a little update video in the week. But yeah, it hasn't been easy for me at all. This last part of my degree, I've got to get it to my supervisor for initial part of checks, which is the literature review, which is the main part, by December the 10th. So literally, I've just been putting in the hours, doing that, night times, early mornings, in between work, in between everything else. And on January the 24th, I hand it in for good, and that will be it. And I think it's going to be a bittersweet experience for me, considering this has been a huge part of my life for the last 2 years. But at the moment, that's where my focus has been. And the break from social media has really done me good. I did post a little story in the week. I went to the Chanel exhibition at the V&A Museum and it was absolutely amazing. Now, you guys know, if you look on my social media, I love exhibitions, I love museums, I love all that type of stuff. And the way that this exhibition was curated, everything was really good. The displays, the fonts that they used for the writing about the descriptions of stuff, the videos, the background. Really, by the time you got through the whole Chanel exhibition, you had a really good idea of who she was as a person, what kind of things inspired her, the types of people that she mixed with, how she came up with her products. And as I'm doing entrepreneurship, it was a really good exhibition for me to see, because I did reference her as one of the first female entrepreneurs coming up in 1913, at the time where women weren't even allowed to vote. So, to see this exhibition was really good. It was a great way for me to have some, me time, and get out and about. And I've got quite a few exhibitions to go to over, the next few weeks in between studying. So I'm really looking forward to that. Well, I should say I've got about 3 exhibitions, which I will probably do on my Fridays, cake and coffee days in the mornings, because I have to come back and study. But yeah, that's really been it for me, guys. I hope you guys are doing well in your life and that you're living an empowered life. I'd love to know, what type of things you've been doing to live an empowered life. Do drop me a line when I drop posts or inbox me. I would love to hear from you. So guys, today really is just a word of encouragement for those of you who may be stuck looking at yourself in the here and now. I totally understand what it means to be stuck in that place where you are constantly looking at your circumstances, being stuck in your feelings, just only looking as far as your eye can see and thinking that things are not going to get better for you. I wanted to kind of just do an episode just to give you a word of encouragement today. Not really talking points or anything, but just a word of encouragement for those of you who feel that you are stuck in here and now and feel that your life can't be better, or, you won't be able to do the things that you want to do. I want to encourage you to, stop looking at yourself in the here and now and imagine yourself in the future. This is so important, guys. If you want to live an empowered life, empowered living doesn't involve looking at yourself where you are now, because, in looking at yourself where you are now, you're probably not going to feel empowered. Actually, you're going to feel disempowered or discouraged. I want to just encourage you that, you can live the life that you want. You can be successful. You can do all the things that you imagined. You can achieve the things that you have deemed unattainable. Sometimes in life it's easy to look on the here and now and think, I'm never going to be able to achieve the things that I want to do, because maybe you might be looking at your age or your job or how you feel about yourself. I want to say to you and encourage you that, you can achieve the things you have deemed impossible, but you have to stop looking at yourself in the here and now. You have to stop looking at your insecurities, your problems, your challenges, whatever you don't have, and instead imagine your future. Take steps towards your future by working towards the things of your future. If you don't know what those things are, sit down and write them down. Look at things that inspire you. Look at things that give you joy. Those are good places to start when you're thinking about things to work towards for your future. You need to take your mind off the things of now and focus your mind and eyes on the possibility of your future. Take your eyes off now and plan towards those steps or goals. Stop looking at the state of where you are now, because as I said at the beginning, it will leave you disempowered. It will leave you discouraged. It will leave you stuck. It will leave you in a negative and hopeless place. If you want to live an empowered life, imagine living your life with the choices that you have made, where you want to be, doing the things that you thought was impossible to do. But it starts with a vision. It starts with future thinking. It starts with purpose, and it starts with having hope. Even if that hope is only a little seed, hold on to it. It's important to hold on to hope, even when situations look hopeless. And most of all, it all starts or stops with you looking at yourself in the here and now. Envision yourself beyond the here and now. Look towards yourself, how you imagine yourself to be in the future. You are more than your current experiences. You are more than your feelings. You are more than your current state. You are more than what people say you are. You are much more valuable than you imagine. And the things that you can do are unimaginable. So that is my encouragement to you today. And as I finish this short encouraging word in this podcast today, I want to encourage you with a word from the Bible. This week's Bible verse comes from Isaiah 43:18-19. It says, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." I will leave that Bible scripture in the show notes below. This is the word that the Lord gave me back in 2018 when I stepped out and left my paid job and stepped out into the unknown to start a life different to what I'd never known before. And I talk about that in my book, Into the Unknown, which I will leave in the show notes below if you want to check that book out for yourself. But when I stepped out, I didn't think that I would be where I am now. I only saw the problems, the issues, the challenges and everything else. I had to stop looking on the here and now and started to imagine the future and started to trust that there was more than what I was seeing, more than my eye could see. And that is the encouragement I leave you with today. Stop looking on your here and now. Stop looking as far as your eye can see. Imagine the possibilities for you, for your future. Doesn't matter what age you are, how you feel about yourself, about your current circumstances. To live an empowered life is about empowering yourself, even in spite of those things. So guys, that is it for this episode. It is a short and sweet one today. I hope you found this word of encouragement to you timely for whatever it is you're facing at this moment in your life. Maybe we are now nearing the end of the year, and maybe you are feeling, that you are stuck with the here and now. I want to encourage you that you're not. And if you want to reach out to me, please do so. You can DM me on any of my social media. My email will be in the show notes. All my details will be in the show notes. If you need empowerment coaching to help you on that journey to becoming unstuck from the here and now, I'm a certified empowerment coach, an author, a trainer. All the things that I do is to help people to live an empowered life. So do reach out to me if you feel you need that support, or do check out the things that I have on offer to help you to become the person that you want to be and to help you to live an empowered life. So that is it for this episode, guys. Until the next one, take care.